of the state. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we fall prey to fear. But our faith in Soviet socialism will always be rewarded. No, the state tells us the situation here is not dangerous. Have faith, comrades. The state tells us it wants to prevent a panic. Listen well. It's true. When the people see the police, they will be afraid. But it is my experience that when the people ask questions that are not in their own best interest, they should simply be told to keep their minds on their labor and leave matters of the state to the state. We seal off the city. No one leaves. And cut the phone lines. Contain the spread of misinformation. That is how we keep the people from undermining the fruits of their own labor. Yes, comrades. We will all be rewarded for what we do here tonight. This is our moment to shine. Well,
I sent my dosimetrist into the reactor building. The large dosimeter from the safe, the one with 1,000 Röntgen capacity.
What was the number?
There was none. The meter burned out the second it was turned on.
It's typical.
It is what Moscow does. Sends us shit equipment and wonders why things go wrong.
We found another dosimeter from the military fire department. It only goes to 200 Röntgen, but it's better than the small ones.
And?
It maxed out. 200 Röntgen.
What game are you playing?
No, I asked him. He took multiple measurements. He's my best man.
It's another faulty meter. You're wasting our time.
I checked the meter against the control.
What's wrong with you? How'd you get that number from feed water leaking from a blown tank?
You don't?
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
I walked around the exterior of Building 4. I think there's graphite on the ground, in the rubble.
You didn't see graphite.
I did.
You didn't. You DIDN'T! Because it's not there!
What? Are you suggesting the core, what, exploded?
Yes.
Sennikov, you're a nuclear engineer, so am I. So please tell me how an RBMK reactor core explodes. Not a meltdown, an explosion. I'd love to know.
I can't.
Are you stupid?
No.
Then why can't you?
I don't see how it could explode. But it did.
Enough. I'll go up to the vent block roof. From there you can look right down into reactor building 4. I'll see it with my own eyes.
I won't do that.
Of course you will.
You'll be fine. You'll see. Come on.
I'm pleased to see some of my colleagues here from the Kurchatov Institute and Minenergo. But you don't need to be a nuclear scientist to understand what happened at Chernobyl. You only need to know this. There are essentially two things that happen inside a nuclear reactor. The reactivity which generates power either goes up or it goes down. That's it. All the operators do is maintain balance. Uranium fuel. As uranium atoms split apart and collide, reactivity goes up. But if you don't balance the reactivity, it never stops rising. So, boron control rods. They reduce reactivity like brakes on a car. But there's a third factor to consider: water. Cool water takes heat out of the system. As it does, it turns to steam, or what we call a void. In an RBMK reactor of the type used at Chernobyl, there's something called a positive void coefficient. What does that mean? It means that the more steam present within the system, the higher the reactivity, which means more heat, which means more steam, which means it would appear we have a vicious cycle on our hands. And we would, were it not for this. We would, were it not for this, the negative temperature coefficient. When nuclear fuel gets hotter, it gets less reactive. So, fuel increases reactivity. Control rods and water reduce it. Steam increases it. The rise in temperature reduces it. This is the invisible dance that powers entire cities without smoke or flame. And it is beautiful when things are normal. As uranium splits apart to release energy, it breaks down into a new element, xenon. Xenon reduces reactivity. This is the poison Comrade Homyuk mentioned. When the core is running at full power, it burns the xenon away before it can cause a problem. But Because of the delay, Chernobyl Reactor 4 has been held at half power for 10 hours. The xenon did not burn away. It built up, poisoning the core. We're starting to lose balance. At 28 minutes past midnight, the reactor is now primed to slow down. And yet, in less than an hour, it will explode. If you can't understand how a stalled nuclear reactor could lead to an explosion, I don't blame you. After all, you don't work in the control room of a nuclear power plant. But, as it turned out, the men who didn't understand it either.
Easy now. Take it down. Good. Like that.
You should have finished by now.
We're following protocol for reduction rate.
You're procrastinating. There are 10 other men in this plant would have done it already.
Keep working. You're doing fine.
Kirschenbaum, come get me when these old women are ready.
Yes, Comrade Dyatlov.
Okay, very slow now. Let's ease it down to 700. Whoa, slow.
I didn't move any rods there.
What is this?
I'm not even touching it.
Did everything right to think that maybe the core is poisoned.
Well, if you thought the core was poison, then you didn't do everything right because you're choking my reactor. Get it back up.
I think if we turn off LAC, it may be possible to get more control.
Do it, go.
Right, switch off local automatic control. Go to global. Leonid.
LAC disabled, global control activated.
What did you do?
I did what you said, I switched...
Look at it!
I don't understand.
Fucking amateurs, you stalled the reactor. How the fuck did you get this job?
Comrade Dyatlov,
You're gonna tell me that you did everything right again, you incompetent arsehole?
I apologize for this unsatisfactory result.
What are you doing?
We have to shut all the way down.
No.
Well, we could be in a xenon pit. We have to shut down and wait 24 hours.
No, we're doing the test tonight. Raise power to 700.
Well, we can't raise the power from here. The rules.
Don't talk to me about rules.
If we fall from 80%...
No, we fell from 50% of
from
power.
50%, it's even
The rules
worse.
don't say 50. There is no rule.
Comrade Dyatlov, I apologize, but what you're saying makes no sense.
Raise the power.
No. I won't do it. It isn't safe.
Safety first. Always. I've been saying that for 25 years. That's how long I've done this job. 25 years. Is that longer than you, Akimov?
Yes.
Is it much longer?
Yes.
You with your mother's tit barely out your mouth? See, if I say it's safe, and if the two of you disagree, then you don't have to work here, and you won't. But not just here, you won't work at Kursk, or Ignalina, or Leningrad, or Novovoronezh, you won't work anywhere ever again. I'll see to it. I think you know I will see to it. Raise the power.
I would like you to record your command.
Raise the power.